Hey guys, I just wanted to make a quick video to say thank you to anyone who's ever had anything to do with Stack Up, whether you've contributed your time, your money, your expertise. You guys do. I know you know that what you're doing is really important, but I don't think you really know how important it is, and what these sort of things can do for those of us on the receiving end. Quick backstory. 2005, I enlisted in the active duty Army as aviation operations specialist, a flight ops guy. I ended up going to an attack battalion out of Fort Hood, Texas, and deployed pretty much immediately to Iraq. Found out I loved Apaches and I loved Army aviation, so put in my packet, went warrant officer, and then around 2008, 2009, graduated flight school as a shiny new W1, actually almost W2 at that time, and then went back into it and spent the last 10 years or so flying the awesome, magnificent H-64 Delta, just pretty much the best aircraft ever was and ever will be. I'm not biased by any means, but I had a lot of really cool opportunities. I got to travel all over the world. Ultimately ended up spending about 6 of the last 12 years overseas, between Iraq and Afghanistan and Korea. So obviously it's been a pretty busy career for me. But about a year ago, I was in Korea, and my back had been bothering me for quite a while, and I ended up going to the doctor for the first time in pretty much my entire career. And I actually was just trying to get some shots or chiropractor or something, because my lower back was getting to the point where it was interfering with my ability to do my job. And first X-ray that they do finds out that I've got scoliosis about 27 degrees of curvature, which I actually had kind of already known or suspected, but I'd never been diagnosed. It never really bothered me before, and that actually wasn't what was causing the pain. It ended up being a couple herniated discs, but that curvature exceeded the waiver criteria for my flight physical for the Army. We applied for waivers and everything else, but because I wasn't asymptomatic, because my back was literally not good. It was pretty excruciating at the time. They ended up denying waivers, and I ended up ultimately going through a med board and being separated from the Army as a W3. So it wasn't my plan A. I'd actually intended on being one of those 20-year nerds that makes it all the way to retirement, because I really did love what I was doing. I loved flying, and I loved my job and working with soldiers, and working on, again, the best aircraft in the world, pretty much, not biased. So that was about a year ago. So obviously the last year has been, about 6 months ago, I signed out on a terminal leave, and we took a pretty big pay cut, like more than half, almost 70% of what I was making. And it's been a pretty big adjustment period for my wife and I. And we also just had our, all that happened about the same time. We found out she was pregnant with our first kid. So ended up getting out of the Army. And we just had a baby about 3 weeks ago. So it's been a pretty wild ride for the last year. We actually agreed not to get each other gifts this year, and we've kind of, we didn't really get to do much. I was actually out of town for Christmas for my new job. So we didn't really get a real Christmas. And when I got the email saying that she had signed me up for this 100 Heroes thing, man, I couldn't believe it. It's so awesome. We've done some. Unfortunately, we had to sell the projector because the place we moved into didn't really have a place to put it. So now we have a TV. So that's perfect. It'll still work great. We've been making a lot of life adjustments, and then this is just, video games for those of you who don't know this. I'm sure most of you do, but everyone handles stress differently. For me personally, I've been very fortunate in that, for the most part, I've been able to process and handle a lot of really stressful things that have happened to me over the last, 12 years or so. That's not to say that it still doesn't get to me sometimes, because it does. But again, I was really fortunate that, those demons, for the most part, stay away from me. But when I do get stressed out, when stuff is bothering me, whenever I'm, when I'm really feeling it, video games are an outlet for me to, one, be able to disconnect from that stress and kind of relax, and just really be able to enjoy myself without worrying about, all the stuff that's weighing me down in the real world. And two, it helps me connect with my friends. I have a lot of friends around the states that are still in or out, and being able to jump on the computer and play a game of World of Tanks or whatever, it's a pretty cool thing to be able to stay connected to your friends like that. So what you guys are doing at Stack Up is, it's really awesome. And from the bottom of my heart, to everyone who had anything to do with this, and all of you, I just want to say thank you. Thanks to Cahlaflour, thanks to everyone else that contributed for this. You know who you are. I just want to say thanks. Keep doing what you guys are doing. You're doing amazing work, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you.